Are you a teacher in need of professional development hours? In the next few minutes, we're going to take a look at a great educational tool called Adobe Spark Page and how teachers and students can share a story and publish it to the web. Hi, my name is Aaron Yiser. I'm a course author with virtualpdhours.com. There, teachers like you can earn professional development credits by taking short online courses made by teachers for teachers. So what is Adobe Spark? According to the small development team responsible for Adobe Spark, the collection of Spark tools was built for users with little design experience to create highly visual content to communicate their ideas with high impact. It is a one-stop content shop for creating and sharing visual stories that will wow any audience on any device. Adobe has made it easy for anyone to create 3 different kinds of content: social media posts and graphics, web stories, and animated videos. The 3 tools are unique in the product, but part of one Spark family. Spark product number 1, Spark Post, makes it easy to create stunning social posts and graphics. Use it to remix, resize, and transform social media feeds in seconds. Spark product number 2, Spark Page, is a way to make an impact with beautiful, shareable visual stories and social graphics. Adobe Spark Page is a free online web page builder. No coding or design skills are needed. Spark product number 3, Spark Video, is designed for creating short videos in which you can record your voice and add text, photos, or icons, and select from professional quality soundtracks, along with adding cinematic motion to your final video. It's a great option for both educators and students. This course is roughly an hour in length and covers the following. We'll see examples given by Adobe, see how to find the product and create an account. Next, we'll see an abbreviated show and tell of the tool features, followed by deeper instruction on how to use Spark, using examples of how to use it as a teacher and how to use it as a student. Also, you will take a short quiz at the end of the hour to prove you paid full attention. Your students deserve it. When you've finished the short course and passed the quiz, you'll receive a certificate of completion to present to your school district professional development coordinator. Before we start, let's make sure to cover some basics. Prerequisites. This Adobe tool sets the learning curve really low, so if your technical expertise is limited, you should be okay. Remember, you can always pause or rewind what you see. Requirements. All 3 Adobe Spark tools are freely available on the web as long as you have a good internet connection, so you should be good to go. They are also available as apps on iOS and Android. In this video, I use images and videos that I personally own or have permission to use or are made available online via Creative Commons. Also, any pictures or videos of individuals are used with permission. Make sure as you use these tools, you also verify you have permission to use the content that you publish. Additionally, teachers using any educational technology tool in the classroom need to make sure they've read and adhere to the applicable SIPA and COPA laws for student safety. Okay, enough talk. Let's get to the abbreviated demonstration. Now don't be worried if I leave you behind on this first example. I'll go over more details at a slower pace in a few minutes when I break this down into teacher and student examples. Now let's do a Spark Page web story on my own website. Alright, step 1. How do I get started? How do I find it? How do I log in? Well, as soon as you go to spark.adobe.com, you'll find this page. Login is in the upper right. On the login page, you'll see that it allows you to log in with your existing Facebook page, a Google account, or you can sign up for a free account. Now, if you already have an existing Adobe account, then you'll want to jump right in and log in right down here. Now, if you don't have an account, you're welcome to make one. In my case, and in a lot of schools across America, we have access to a Google Apps account or a G Suite account, and that saves the process of having to learn a new username and password. So I'm going to click on Google. It's going to ask for permission to have access. And then I'm in. So that process will be the same for students and teachers alike. An Adobe Spark account or, in my case, a Google Apps account. So once we're on this page, we can kind of take a look around. It's got existing projects that you might have done in the past, and then it's got this plus button right here in the right. That plus button, once clicked, brings me to 3 possible options. I can do the Adobe post, or page, or video. Again, this video is specifically for page. I have another video for video if you want to check that out later, but today let's get started on page. Okay, so we've clicked on the plus button, we've clicked on page, and now we're to this screen. Notice how bland and simple it looks. There's nothing flashy, there's nothing that looks like there's a huge toolbar with tons of options. It's just not meant for that. In this case, Adobe has built a product that's meant for an app on the phone, and in this case we're doing it just on the browser, so there's very few tools. You can see that there's an add a title prompt, add a subtitle prompt, and a photo prompt here in the middle. Let's ignore these options up here at the top for now. So I'm going to add a title. Add a subtitle. Once we have those typed in, we scroll down and we find several more options. I'm going to click on photo. I'm going to choose this photo. It asks me if I want to add a caption. I can add that here. If I can spell. So there's our caption. If I go back up here and click on the image, it's going to ask me, do I want it to be inline, which is what it is now, fill screen, notice it moves my caption, window, which puts this border here and this border here, and it cuts off part of it, but then once I preview it live, it will show it sliding in and out. I could do full width. I could also replace it or delete it. I'm going to put it back to inline and go on down. As I scroll down, my next option is text. I'll put in some paragraph text. Once I have that, I'll scroll down, and my next option, I'll put in text again, but this time maybe I will center it and make it a little bit more emphasized. And so now I'll type in lots of options. And my next item, I'll choose button. Now, button is going to look like this by default, but as soon as you start typing, it will overrule it. So I'll just type in click here. And center it and hit save. Alright, my next option is for a video. Now it's going to ask me just for the URL of a video, so I've already copied one. I'll hit paste and hit save, and it will bring it right in its own little window. And I've just put in a random YouTube video of Adobe Spark video here. Again, we'll talk about video in another training. As I scroll down, we've got a photo grid option. When I click on photo grid, now it's going to allow me to bring in not one picture, but several. And notice as I click on them, it automatically puts them together. And so I've put in 5, and so it automated where they go in. I'll hit save. And the next option is a glide show. Glide show is one that's very difficult to explain to you. It's better if I just show you. So I'll scroll through and find another picture. I'll choose that one again. And this time, notice that it brings it in the background, doesn't give me those options, but now this is down here. When I click on that, it gives me a limited version of what I had before. Maybe I'll put in a title again. I'll paste in that same code I had to the same video a while ago. Maybe this one I'll put in the center and save. Beneath that, maybe another photo. Underneath that, some more text. Check, check. underneath that some more text, and we'll say that's good enough for our glide show. So as I scroll back up, just an example or two of what I've done here. And so now let's take a look and see what does it look like. I'm going to click on preview, and we're going to see if we're content with what it looks like. So notice the effect of the text gliding over the background. You notice that this picture had a transition. You may have noticed that the credits right there had a little animation effect. That now has a rollover effect. If I click on it, it takes me to the site I wanted it to go to. The video option brings it up in its own embedded little screen.
We're going to learn how to use Adobe.
The glide show, the grid, photo grid. Each one of these, if I wanted to see one of these larger, I click on it, it brings it up again in its own little thumbnail to full size preview again, and will let me go through all of the tools. I'll close that. And if I scroll down again, this is the glide show, and all these tools work just the same. Notice again it puts the credits at the bottom for me for any image that I got from Adobe. If I'd used my own from my own computer upload, it would not have credited those, but it does credit the ones it knows about. So if I'm happy with my preview and I'm ready to share it, I can go here and share it. But I'm going to show you just one more tool while I have you here, and that is themes in the upper right. If I click on themes, I can pick on one of several options, and when I change it, it will change font options. You see that's different. Also, as I scroll down, you may notice that some of the text down here has also changed colors, and the background is a slightly different shade also. So I've chosen my theme and I'm ready to share. If I click on share, it tells me that I need to make sure that the name is what I want. I can pick a category. It already has some naming here and some credits that I can change if I want, and then I click create public link. This link is all I need to share. So once I've chosen that link and hit copy, I can take that and send it to who my audience might be. Email, Google Classroom, Moodle, however you would do that normally. If I have my own website, I can click on the embed code, copy that, and paste it into my website if I use something like Weebly. Of course, we have Facebook and Twitter as options. Of course, in the classroom, it's less likely that we would use those as compared to something like Google Classroom. So for a quick overview, that's enough to show you all the tools. So this much of the course has been free. Hopefully that's all you need. All you need maybe was to learn the tool, to figure out how to do something on your own, and hopefully this has served that just well. But if you are a teacher who needs to go that step further and get a certificate to give to your principal or district administrator proving that you have taken a PD credit or a continuing education unit, whatever your district calls them, then that's where virtualpdhours.com comes in. Again, they're made by teachers and for teachers, and it's something that you can apply to your room. So what we do in that next step is decide, well, what is it that a teacher can do with this tool, and what is it that a student can do with this tool? And we give a few examples and cover a few more in-depth tools. Once you've gone through that second half of this course and you have taken the quiz, 10-question quiz, and passed it, then your certificate will be on the way. That's what you can send to your district administrator. So let's take that next step right now. Click on this link above to take you straight there, or go to virtualpdhours.com. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe as soon as you can so that you can catch the rest of our videos. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.